Hi guys, I am V. I am a trans sex worker, and today I wanted to talk about something that is hard to talk about for me, and it's just a weird topic, but it's important to have these perspectives and stories out there, I think, for people who are looking to start sex work and not sure what it's for the people close in your life. I actually made a video about this on OnlyFans like a month ago that was a lot more casual and goofy, but I wanted to put it on YouTube as well. So if you want to see that, I will have my OnlyFans listed in the description. Obviously that is 18 plus. All of my social media is 18 plus. So I will also be putting that Black Lives Matter link in the description. That'll be the first one there, because I think it's extremely important to keep up to date on that stuff and stay educated and stuff. So check all that stuff out. And without further ado, let me talk about what it was like telling my parents that I am a sex worker. So I started sex work when I was 18 and a half or so. So I ended up living with my parents for about 2 years off and on while I was doing that. Started during my gap year, and then I was just living with them during school breaks in summer until I got my own apartment last year. We had a sort of big house, and I just hung out in the basement mostly. I'd moved my room down there as I got older because I wanted more privacy. And so I just kind of did my thing down there, and we didn't run into a lot of issues. It's pretty easy for me to keep secrets from my parents if I want to, but I got to the point where I was like, I really don't want to. It doesn't feel good to continually hide things from my parents. I had multiple coming outs to them. I hid my mental health from them when I was a teenager. I didn't know how to tell them about my sexuality and gender stuff when I was younger. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep secrets from my parents anymore. This is just not worth it. If they don't support me when I tell them this, that's on them. I'll figure my shit out if they decide that I'm the worst or something like that. I really didn't want to tell them while I lived there though, because I wanted to give them time to think of a reply and ruminate on it before they saw me again, so that all of the worry and anger that I had kept a secret from them, or if they really hated that as a concept, they could process that on their own and then come to me when they calm down, sort of. So I waited until I lived in the dorms at my school my freshman year, and I did not have the guts to do it over the phone because I was like, again, fuck that. If they get really angry all of a sudden, I don't want to be getting an earful of that and have to deal with that trauma. I don't want to. And sending them a text felt way too casual. So what I did was I sent them an email. And in this email, I don't remember exactly how it went, but I basically explained I've been doing this for a couple of years. It has helped me pay for my school supplies this year, and I'm doing it because I want to, not because I'm being manipulated to by someone. And I'm taking this and this and this safety measures. I'm not sharing my name and address all over the internet or anything like that. And it took me 30 minutes to actually hit send on the email because I was so nervous, and then after I hit it, I literally threw my phone across the room because I was so fucking anxious. It was not good. And I didn't really know how to expect a response. I knew that they had a lot of stigma against sex workers just based on things that I'd heard them say over the years, and I put that in the email. I was like, I know you guys might, have these certain ideas about people who do sex work, but I hope you won't think less of me for it. Olive. Really, my worst fear, was that they would basically disown me, obviously. That's the worst thing that could happen, and they wouldn't be able to help me with college anymore because I can't pay for my school by myself at all. And they replied an hour or two later, and it went as good as I could have expected it to, I think. They obviously had questions. They wanted to know, Olive, no, hey. She's laying behind my tripod now. They obviously had a lot of questions, and you know, I was willing to answer what they had because they were generally kind about it. I expected them to have questions. My mom had a lot of questions about safety and like who I was selling to. She asked me like if I was selling to people I already knew, and I was like, absolutely not. That would be fucking weird. The thing about the whole situation that really kind of wasn't great is that after we had that conversation, we emailed back and forth for a little bit, and then a couple days later, I think my dad called me and was like, hey, that must have been really hard to tell us. We love you, blah, 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 cool. Which was good to hear. They never have spoken about it again. And every time we talk about me getting jobs, they pretty much ignore the fact that I have been a relatively successful, I've been relatively successful at being self-employed. It's obviously not like a full-time gig right now, but I'm more or less working 3 jobs right now, or was. Like during the school year, I had a retail job, and I had my work-study job with my school, and I was doing my art and sex work stuff independently. And they pretty much ignore all of that and don't ever talk about it, which feels really icky. So yeah, I mean, like I say, it went as well as I could have expected, but I wish that I got the like credit for, you know, working hard and being self-motivated like that. And I wish that I could share things about my job with my family. Not that I'm gonna go out and tell them a bunch of details about the things that I do, but like, I wish that I could tell them when I do really well during 1 month, or there was one time I won a video contest on MV and I won $200, and I couldn't tell my parents that, and I couldn't, yeah. It just kind of sucks, and I wish that it wasn't so awkward for them because I'm pretty comfortable with who I am and what I do, and I wish that they would share that, but it is pretty obvious that they don't want to talk about it based on the fact that they avoid it at every opportunity. So yeah, that is my story. I have pretty much at this point in my life decided that I cannot live with people who don't know. It's just too much stress for me. Like, there's no reason that I should have to live with anyone ever again that doesn't know that I'm a sex worker. I'm living with a very serious boyfriend now, so hopefully that will just work out and I won't have to worry about roommates ever again. But yeah, that's my weird situation. Olive, can you stop playing with everything on my desk, please? Anyway, I think that is all I had to say. Thank you for watching. You cannot play with that, Olive. She wants to play with these. What the fuck? Crazy lady. Sorry the cat interrupted this entire thing, but I hope you have a good day. And if you are looking to tell your family about your line of work that isn't necessarily the most socially acceptable thing, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope that they accept you for what you do. Goodbye!